Welcome back, my fellow guardians, back to another Destiny lore video. Now today we're going to be discussing the Hive. Now the Hive is going to be an in-depth overview of them, so I'm going to go through their arsenal, Exalted Hive, all the way leading up to Crota. Now I'm going to do my best to fully analyze and explain to you guys the grimoire score thing, because there's ghost fragments and stuff like that, but for right now I'm going to be focusing to the basic definition of the Hive and the basis of them, all the way up to Orax and Crota. So brace yourselves. So here it goes. The Hive. The Hive are an ancient, festering evil. Their antipathy to the light transcends hatred. To the Hive, the eternal struggle between light and dark is not only a war, it is a crusade. All light must be devoured so that darkness can reclaim the universe. Thrall. Feral and fearless, Thrall are a plague upon the battlefield. Their swarming, twisted frames are driven by an uttered fretted rage. Of all the terrors born of the Hive's vile will, they are the basest. Acolyte. It would be a mistake to view the Hive's acolytes as foot soldiers, because the Hive is not merely an army, it is a dark force rising. It is a belief and horror, and its acolytes are its instruments, hungry to commit the atrocities that will drive their own ascension. Night. Roaring, striding fortress. The Night is the Hive's foremost and most zealous defender. Centuries of battle have toughened the bony protrusions on his body into an armor as hard as relic iron. A defense only strengthened by the Hive magic that knights use to summon shields of burning force. Ogre. Charged with Hive sorcery, ogres are abominations of flesh and rage, unleashed from the deepest Hive tunnels as engineers of destructions. Apocryphal lore suggests that ogres undergo terrible transformations as they grow, agonizing rituals that gift them with might and cunning. Wizard. The wizard is the scalpel with which the Hive vivisects the universe, a nightmare of rag and bone. The wizard conceals itself within darkness and fire, dissecting and experimenting on anything that falls into her clutches. The hidden swarm. Mind the cracks and the cavities of the moon. There are an army in their shadows. Akore. Boiling from their wounded surface on the moon, the hidden swarm is the Hive's outmost line of defense, a numberless legion that repels intruders before they breach the temples and shrines of the vast Hive fortress. Alright guys, so basically we've covered everything up to the hidden swarm, which is closely related to the spawn of Crota. We're going to be getting into spawn of Crota, and after that we're going to be getting into Blood of Orax. Now these grimoire scores don't go into too much basis and too much information, but they do provide some links to what some people might be wondering about. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Spawn of Crota. The heralds of a dark future, led by the champion of a long-forgotten king, Crota, and his legions once banished us from our moon. Now we fear they are rising again to claim Earth. So here we can see that they are trying to take over Earth now. They banished us from the moon, and we're trying to take them out before they come to Earth. That's what the Dark Below was about. We basically stopped Crota from coming back. Whether or not we stopped them entirely is unknown. However, we are still trying to figure out the Hive secrets. Maybe in the future I'll cover more on Crota's army as a whole, but for now we're just covering the entire Hive army, I guess. So we're going to continue with Blood of Orax. Blood of Orax. Research into the ciphers and ruins of the Hive leads the cryptarchs to believe the Hive sects all serve one great master. The Blood of Orax are feared to be direct servants of this Dark Lord. The name Orax appears too many times in the Hive rituals to be ignored. Ghost Fragment number 1. We are overwhelmed. I cannot save mine, so I have hidden myself where I might be found by the others, if they even survive. There is most likely no possibility of my return to the city. I prepare here, in summary, the knowledge so painfully won by my guardian and our fire team. The moon has been geoengineered into a impregnable fortress, designed to support a vast number of creatures. If any mind could be evil enough to create them, are they alive? They move, they shriek, they fall upon us as a ravenous wave. But I see death, decay, and corruption, not life. We discovered, to our own sorrow, one massive set of gates. There are likely more. We met a towering monster wielding a sword of utter darkness. The light only made it hungry. We tried to fight, and we fell. Too many times to remember. We were all brave, I assure you. May the light find guardians capable of facing this monstrosity, or I fear the moon may be lost to us forever. Ghost Fragment number 2. At the doors to the temple, he fell for the last time. He fell and it could not reach him. My own light flickers. They took me down into the dark, past tiers of massive hive, more than we believed could exist, past grisly nurseries hung with papuya, past writhings, worms that they would swallow whole. I saw the armaments of war. I am weak, so weak. They have clamped me to the spire while a black foulness eats my life. The wizard comes now, and then to probe with her scaly claws into my system, to inquire about my making, the city, what I've seen. I erase and dump as quickly as I can. They will learn little from me, but I am studying them. I know. Pain. Always pain. I have seen chasms beneath the surface, falling away to green nothingness. I have seen black cedars prepared for invasion. Their strength is not their own. They draw from another force, something that corrupts, that distorts, that eats, that will not be satisfied. The wizard is near. I feel her presence as a rip and a knot in the world. She tells me things that I immediately forget. I am too small to hold the vastness of them, or the terror. I am fading. I have no more that it can take. With my last light, I say to the city, war comes, again, from the moon. This time, they want Earth. Prepare.